The stars always seemed quieter when viewed from a mining outpost. I had spent the last 6 years stationed on Graven 4, a rocky moon orbiting the gas giant Lothyris, working as a systems engineer for the Terran Resource Guild. Life was simple. Fix the automated drills, run diagnostics, report anomalies, sleep, repeat. Most days passed with nothing but the hum of machinery and the shifting of mineral dust across the barren plains. But the routine was shattered the day the scanners detected an unidentified vessel breaching the mining sector's restricted zone. I had been in Maintenance Bay 3, elbow deep in a malfunctioning coolant regulator, when the alarm echoed through the outpost. Alert! Unregistered craft approaching. All personnel stand by. At first, I assumed it was pirates common around this region. But then the ship landed. It was unlike anything I had ever seen. Elegant and crescent-shaped, with a shimmering hull that looked liquid, shifting colors as though reflecting emotions of its own. The air around it tasted metallic, charged with static. When its hatch opened, I expected raiders. Instead, she stepped out. Tall, poised, armor gleaming with iridescent patterns, and a crest of crystalline blue hair flowing like water. Her eyes were a vibrant mix of silver and violet, eyes that carried authority and a strange sadness. I stood frozen. She scanned the area, then walked directly toward me. "You," she said, her voice melodic yet commanding. "Are you the engineer called Marcus Hale?" My mouth opened, but no words emerged. I nodded. "Good. I require your assistance." She paused, glancing back at her ship. "Immediately." I swallowed. With what exactly?" She stepped closer, lowering her voice. "My ship. Its quantum fold core destabilized during a political strike. If I cannot repair it soon, the Lemurian Empire will detect my escape trajectory. They cannot find me, not now." Lemurian Empire? Political strike? Escape? None of it made sense, yet the urgency in her voice left no room for hesitation. I can look at it," I managed. Her expression softened, a brief flicker of relief crossing her regal demeanor. "Thank you, Terran. My name is Princess Aralia Vostera, heir to the Lemurian throne." My heart nearly stopped. A runaway princess, on my forgotten mining moon. And she needed me. The middle. Aralia led me into her ship. Inside, the craft was breathtaking. It felt alive, organic curves, dim blue illumination, and soft humming vibrations, as if the walls were breathing. Advanced biotech far beyond Terran engineering. The quantum fold core chamber was located beneath the main deck. The moment I saw it, my breath caught. It resembled a floating crystalline heart suspended in an energy field, fractured by a glowing fault line pulsing like an exposed nerve. "This isn't meant to look like this, right?" I asked. Aralia crossed her arms. "No. It was damaged by saboteurs loyal to my cousin, Zoreth. He seeks to overthrow the royal line. I fled when I discovered the conspiracy. My ship barely escaped the capital. I studied the interface, not screens or panels, but living conduits that responded to touch. The core can be stabilized," I said slowly, running calculations in my mind. "But I'll need time." Aralia stepped close again. Too close. "How long?" she asked. Her fragrance was strange, like cool ozone mixed with starlight. "A few hours, maybe a full day." She exhaled, a sound halfway between relief and despair. "Then we must stay hidden. My pursuers will not rest. And if they find you assisting me," she hesitated, "they will execute you." I froze. "What? Why me?" "Because," she said quietly, "you will have sided with the rightful heir. They would make you an example." "Great." Fixing mining bots never came with execution threats. Despite the fear gnawing at me, something in her eyes pulled me in, a blend of determination and loneliness. "I'll help you," I said. She blinked, surprised. Without knowing the cost, I shrugged weakly. "It's the right thing to do." Arelias stared at me for a long moment before whispering, "I did not expect a Terran to say that." Hours passed. She stayed beside me while I worked, sometimes quiet, sometimes asking about Earth and Terran life. In turn, she told me about Lemuria, a star-spanning empire built on harmony between organic and synthetic life, a place where every building, ship, and weapon was a living organism. Despite her royal status, Arelia was strangely humble. She apologized when she accidentally frightened one of the miners who wandered near the ship. She helped me hold tools. She even tried, unsuccessfully, to fix a displaced energy lattice, shocking herself and laughing softly as the chamber lights flickered. It was the first time I saw her smile. It was disarming. At one point, while adjusting the stabilizer ring, she asked quietly, "Marcus, why are you alone on this moon?" I hesitated. "Long story." "I wish to hear it." I sighed. "I joined the mining guild after my brother died. I needed distance from everything, from Earth, from reminders of him." Arelia placed a hand on my wrist, gentle and warm. "I'm sorry," she said. No royal tone, no formality, just sincerity. Before I could respond, the ship's sensors flared crimson. Arelia's face hardened. "They found me." A holographic window appeared, showing 3 dark, spear-shaped vessels descending through the atmosphere. "Zorth's hunters," Arelia whispered. "We must leave, but the core isn't ready." "It will be," I said, heart racing. "I just need to reroute the last energy stream." A thunderous blast shook the ground outside. The enemies had begun firing. Arelia grabbed my arm. "Marcus, go. If they see you, you are dead." "No," I said. "I'm finishing this." "You do not understand." Another blast. The chamber sparks cascaded around us. I tightened one final coupling, sparks searing my glove. The core reacted instantly, the fracture sealing, the energy lines stabilizing. "It's ready," I shouted. Arelia stared in disbelief. You actually did it." "Now go," I urged. "Get out of here." But instead of running to the cockpit, she stepped toward me, and what she said next knocked the breath out of me. "Come with me." The twist, what? I sputtered. "No, I can't. I'm just an engineer." You saved my life," she said. "And now yours is in danger. If you stay here, Zorth's forces will kill you to erase witnesses." "But I can't just leave my whole life behind." "You left your world once already." Her voice softened. "Come with me. I can protect you." Outside, the hunters' ships landed. The doors opened. Armored soldiers marched toward the outpost. Arelia extended her hand. Those silver-violet eyes met mine. Time seemed to stop. Stay and die. Leave and what? Become a fugitive? A companion to a princess? A man with no home except the stars? I inhaled sharply and placed my hand in hers. She smiled, not as a princess, but as someone who finally found trust after running for far too long. "Then stay close," she said. The escape, we sprinted to the cockpit. Arelia slid into the pilot's cradle, bio-interfaces curling around her arms like living vines. I strapped into the co-pilot's seat, heart pounding. Outside, the soldiers fired plasma cannons toward the ship. "Hold on," Arelia warned. The ship roared to life, the quantum-fold core humming with a newly healed brilliance. The vessel shot upward, narrowly dodging a blast that scorched the ground where we had stood moments before. Inside the cockpit, alarms blared as the hunters locked onto us. I cannot fly them for long, Arilia said, but the core is strong enough now. Initiating fold sequence. The ship vibrated violently as space around the hull distorted. Marcus, she said suddenly. Yeah. She glanced at me, soft, earnest, grateful. No matter what happens next, I am glad you said yes. The ship stretched into a beam of light, and we vanished into folded space. The ending, full closure, when the world reformed around us, we were no longer near Graven 4. Instead, we drifted through the shimmering expanse of the etheric veil, a hidden region between star lanes, inaccessible to most civilizations. The danger had passed, at least for the moment. Arilia powered down the core and turned to me. You saved more than my life today, she said softly. You saved my honor, my future, my people's hope. I swallowed. I just did what anyone would do. No, she said firmly. Most would have run. You stayed. Her expression shifted, vulnerable, yet strong. In Lemurian culture, accepting an invitation from a member of the royal house is considered a binding vow of loyalty. My eyes widened. Wait, does that mean, she nodded gently, you are now under my protection and part of my journey? If you wish, you may stand beside me as I reclaim my throne. I exhaled slowly, the weight of her words settling in. A runaway princess, a broken empire, a man with nothing left behind, and a path forward together. So, I said, offering a faint smile, what happens now? Arilia moved closer, her voice barely above a whisper. Now, Marcus Hale, we fight for a future neither of us expected. And I am glad, truly glad, that the alien princess who took you by surprise was me. I laughed softly. Yeah, me too. Outside the viewport, the stars shimmered like unspoken promises. And for the first time since my brother died, I felt something I thought I'd lost forever. Hope. The ship turned toward the distant galaxies, engines glowing. Together, we flew into a destiny written among the stars.